How's it going, everybody? John MacLennan here, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to play Strange Brew as recorded by Cream on guitar. This song is a groovy blues in the key of A, and we're going to use a bass note strum and some staccato chord hits, and also a little riff that goes throughout the entire blues progression. I'm going to break it all down for you step by step. I'm even going to show you the variations from the instrumental sections to when the vocal comes in, and when you're done with this lesson, you're going to have everything you need to go and play right along with the original recording. But before we get into it, I want to hook you up with something right away at the first link down below. You can get a free tab sample pack, and these are some tabs and some downloads that go along with lessons here on my channel. So if you get value out of just watching my videos, you're going to get a ton more out of having some tabs and some written out examples so you can see what's going on and you can follow along with the video better. So check that out as my gift to you, and with that said, let's break this song down. Let's break down how to play Strange Brew as recorded by Cream on guitar. Now this song is a 12-bar blues in the key of A, and it's primarily one chord progression, but we are going to make a little variation, and I'm going to show you the two parts that you need to know. The first part we're going to learn is just how the tune starts off with this intro chord progression. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that was 12 bars through, one time through our chord progression there, and we're starting out on an A7 chord. We're going to play this up at the 5th fret, 5, 7, 5, 6, 5, 5. And this is just your standard dominant 7th bar chord, just up here at the 5th fret, so the root's on A. Now this is going to be what we call our 1 chord, and we're going to play this on the A7. So I'm playing 2 bass notes as 8th notes, 1 and then I'm kind of breaking up the strings by playing the higher strings after I play the lower strings. So 1 and 2 and then right after I do that strum, it's like a staccato strum where it's very short. So I hit it and then I release the pressure with my fretting hand. So then on the and of 3, we're gonna go 1 and 2 and a 3. That's the and of 3 there. I'm playing a hammer on from 5 to 7. Then on beat 4, I'm going to do a rest and go down to the 5th fret on the 4th string and go. So that's 2 5s and then a hammer on to 7. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a da da ba ba da. So all together. It's a really great riff. It's going to happen 4 times. Now, one thing that we're going to do in this 12-bar blues is we're going to keep this riff going over each chord. So we started out here on what we call the 1 chord. This is going over the A7. Then we go to what's called the 4 chord, and here Clapton plays a D9. It's a common blues chord. T-Bone Walker used this chord all the time. And here we're going to play the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then we'll do that same rhythm. So 2 8th notes and then the staccato strum. And then we'll tie in that riff that we played over the 1 chord. So. Then we return back to the A7 shape and play the first riff 2 times. So the first 8 bars go like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, now you may have noticed, hey John, it seems like you're adding a little bit more in there, and what I'm doing is I'm just thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm kind of just keeping my hand going like this in between all of that I'm playing. So 1 and 2 and 3. And you know, you could just play, and that's great. And sometimes I'll just be grooving and I'll add a little bit more 8th note and sort of that percussive sound in there, and that can be really cool as well. So now we're at the last 4 bars of this 12-bar blues, and we're gonna play this. So here the chord progression gets a little edgier. We're gonna use a dominant 7th sharp 9 chord. Something I call the Jimi Hendrix chord. And this is going to be played starting on the 7th fret of the 5th string. We're going to go 7, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do the same technique where we play 2 bass notes and then the staccato strum. Then the riff. Then we'll play a D7, not a dominant 9 like we played before. We're going to play a sharp 9. And then back home to A7 2 times. So all together, this is going to sound like this. 3 and 4 and. So I love this type of blues where basically you just got one riff and the blues chord progression moves around it, but the riff stays the same. It's a really cool effect. Now, that's all the instrumental parts of the song. So whenever there's no singing, you're playing that straight 12-bar blues. But when the singer comes in at the verse, the vocal cues this quick 4 chord progression. And this is something I talk a lot about in my Essential Blues Guitar System program on my website. But here we're going to play this when the vocal comes in. So what I played there was in the second bar, I went to the D9 chord and then back to the A7 in the third bar. So that's what we call a quick 4. So that's 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a D. And I'm using the dominant 9th, so not the sharp 9. Sharp 9 only happens in the last 4 bars. Again, it's sort of like that dissonant turnaround. Back to A. And then the rest of the blues is the same. Have fun practicing Strange Brew as recorded by Cream on guitar. Make sure to go and play this along with the original recording. It's got a great groove and it's a lot of fun just to practice playing that rhythm and the little riff in between. It's also a great exercise to play this into a looper pedal and practice soloing on top of the chord progression as well. Before you go, don't forget to get the free tab sample pack at the first link down below. Again, if you get value out of just watching my videos, you're going to get so much more out of having a written down tab of a lot of these examples so you can really see what's going on. As always, leave any song requests down below in the comments. If you got value out of this video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for your support here on the channel, and we'll see you in the next lesson.